Hi, my name's Adrielle from the Mommyhood Memos and Bloggers for Birth Kits. You know, last year when I was pregnant with my first son, it was just such an exciting time. There were so many women I knew who were pregnant. I think I lost track counting, somewhere around 40. And any woman who's been through pregnancy knows that there is no greater time in life to reflect on the miracle of life, the miracle of what it means to have something like that happening in you and through you. It's just really quite amazing. It's very fresh for me too. I'm pregnant with my second right now, about 18 weeks along. Perhaps would have been a little bit more obvious if I used the first take of this video where I was wearing my shirt inside out, but never mind. You know, I just during this special time and with Mother's Day coming up, I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be a mom and how I want to use my role as a mom to help bring good and to help bring change in the world. And you know, my husband and I work with a nonprofit called YWAM Ships, and we volunteer up into Papua New Guinea, where we send, with our medical ship, we send teams of volunteer dentists and doctors and midwives and nurses and primary health care workers and all sorts of things to resource and educate the people there. And through my work there, I found that, I learned that 1 in 7 women in rural Papua New Guinea actually die in childbirth. When I heard this statistic, it just broke my heart. And I immediately thought of, you know, when I was pregnant, there were 4 of us, good friends that live and work near each other. We work with each other. And all 4 of us had signed up to have our babies through the birth center. You know, we had dreams of our lovely natural births. I couldn't wait to have my water birth and this amazing experience. But all 4 of us got actually transferred to the hospital for different reasons. 3 in emergency C-sections. 1 with some severe hemorrhaging. And the incredible thing was that all 4 of us ended up perfectly fine. You know, totally healthy, 4 moms, 4 babies, 8 of us, perfectly fine. And it just really made it hit home how incredible it is, the services that we have, the resources that we have, the fact that, you know, I don't have to worry about birthing my baby in a clean environment. It's a given if I do it here in Australia or there in America or really in any developed nation. But the women in developing nations, they just do not have the same resources that we do. They do not have the same access, and they don't even have the education that we do. So often simple things like washing hands are completely taken for granted. But as I've been working with this organization, I've learned a very simple way that we can make a difference for these women in PNG and in other developing nations, and it's just so simple, it's so easy, and I want to show you today how to make a birth kit. Now, you're going to think this sounds a bit primitive, and in a way it is, but something so simple as teaching them to wash hands, have a clean surface, to deliver the baby can make life-changing, literally life-changing differences in the lives of these women. So there's a few things that you need to make a birth kit. The first one is a plastic sheet. I found these plastic drop sheets for painting, and I just got them at my local hardware store, so your Bunnings or your Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever. And you need to cut it into a square piece that's about 1 by 1 meter or 1 by 1 yard. So that's the first item, and that is literally just to provide a clean surface for the mother to deliver her baby on. Now, keep in mind, these kits are designed for women in developing nations who have very little access to health care and who often aren't even assisted by a birth assistant. So anything that we can give them helps. The second thing you need is a bit of soap. And this is obviously for hand washing, also for cleaning the stump once it's cut. But for hand washing, you know, just so that the birth attendant isn't transferring germs from mother to baby, or from herself to the mother or the baby. We just need a small little bit. I just bought an 8-pack of any old soap will do. It doesn't need to be fancy. We need to keep these small and lightweight for packing them into the villages, so just pop your piece of soap in the microwave for about 30 seconds and then cut it into 8s and use an 1/8 of it, or you could use a hotel soap. That would be the perfect size as well. Oh, something I should have mentioned before I even started is make sure that your surface is clean when you start and that you've just washed and disinfected your hands with antibacterial soap or whatever. Okay, the next thing is blades. You just need a small clean blade. You can get these at your pharmacist or chemist, also at your hardware store. And the blade is for cutting the umbilical cord. Okay, you need a pair of gloves, plastic gloves. You can buy these in boxes of 100 or 50 normally. They don't cost much. And this is just simply for the birth attendant to wear so they don't transmit germs to the mom and the baby when they're delivering. We also need 3 pieces of sturdy string or cord. Just cut them into pieces about 10 inches long or 24 centimeters. And that is for tying off the cord so that mom and bub don't bleed. And then we just throw in a 3rd one for a just in case. Okay, so 3 pieces of cord. And then the last thing you need is 5 pieces of gauze. This is to wipe secretions from the baby's eyes or the mother's perineum. You can find these, I found ones that come in packs of 100, and they're just small squares. You can see they're about 10 by 10 centimeters or, a couple inches square. And so all of those need to be packed together and folded up into a nice little package like that, and then just put it into a Ziploc bag. And that can be easily packed in. We can take in hundreds of these and they don't take up much space or much weight. And we load them onto our ship and then we take them into the villages as we go out through Papua New Guinea. And literally, as simple as this is, these are being used to see women and children's lives saved. So I hope this little video has been informative, inspiring, encouraging, and that you can realize that you too can make a difference in the lives of these precious, precious women and children in Papua New Guinea. You can find more information on my website. It's themommihoodmemos.com. And I've got all sorts of information there about how you can get involved. If you don't want to make a birth kit, you can also donate through our nonprofit. And, my birth kit costs me about $3.10 to put together. You can also sponsor them through our website. And when you sponsor them, they cost less, about $2, because they're made in bulk, so the cost is even cheaper. So thanks again for just taking the time to listen and for considering how you can get involved with Bloggers for Birth Kits. My heart with this whole thing is just that we can use our collective voice together to make a difference in the lives of thousands of women and children and really work to see maternal and child health just given the platform that it needs, so that we can see change happen and see that maternal and child mortality rates are just decreased for good. That's what we want. So here's my little birthing kit. I'm going to send it off now. I hope that you just feel encouraged and inspired by this little video. I hope that it was simple and that you will just jump on board and make a kit for yourself to send off to these women, or that you will get in touch with us and learn more how you can be involved. Again, visit me at my website. Please let me know any questions that you have or suggestions for how we can work together to see difference come right throughout the nations. Thanks so much.